Buongiorno a tutti. And thank you so much to the organizers to allow me to make this video message at your conference, Ieri, Oggi e Domani. My speech will be a bit from the ECA perspective, but I will definitely look at the broad picture of REACH implementation and address all three, Ieri, Oggi e Domani. Ieri, I think we can all be very, very satisfied that registration in terms of phase-in substances is now over. All substances on the European market above 1 ton have now been registered and are in the REACH system. We have 33,000 registrations in the database coming in from this last registration deadline. Over 90,000 registrations in total from the very beginning till now. This represents over 22,000 substances, and more than 10,000 substances were registered new here at the last registration deadline. Of those numbers, 8% come from Italy, and I think that shows how active both the chemical industry is in Italy, but also how active you've been in registering your substances. So thank you very much for the cooperation up to the deadline. This has been a very big effort for everybody involved, from the member state competent authorities to the help desks, to you as industry filling in your registration dossiers, and to ECA, the help desks and the staff here at ECA who have managed to process all the information you have sent to us. Oggi, we now stand at a crossroads, or in a sense, at the end of one decade, looking forward to the next. Exactly 10 years ago, my predecessor, Geert Danset, addressed you in person at this conference and was looking forward to 10 years of cooperation with you. Now I can look back and say there was a successful 10 years of cooperation, but looking forward, we have a REACH review which analyzes the last 10 years of REACH, and it concludes that we're on the right track, but we're moving forward slower than expected, and therefore there's still a lot of work to do in front of us. And that leads me to domani. Domani means that we have to start looking at the registration dossiers and the data that you have submitted to us. We have to do that together, and we have to do that in the regulatory processes of evaluation, because we all know that without a compliant database of all substances on the EU market, competition will not be fair. There will not be an equal playing field, and all the gains that we are expecting from having a high level of protection for human health and the environment will not be harvested. And that, I think, is our main challenge for the next years to come, is to work together. This can then ensure that substances on the EU market are safe, which is a selling ticket internationally, but also ensures a properly functioning internal market. Competition between chemicals will then be fair and not based on lack of information, with a competitive advantage to those who do not study their substances properly. And that's what we're looking at for the next 5-10 years, is to ensure that we can reap the benefits of a well-functioning, fair internal market, competitive advantage to industry internationally, and a high level of protection for human health and the environment. And this advantage is not one that is only for big companies. The REACH advantage goes from SMEs all the way to big companies. If you have a niche where you as an SME manage to do your registration compliant to the requirements, you have a foot in the door in this fair and equal internal market in Europe. You can compete with the big guys in order to gain your market share and eventually yourself grow. That's for me the domani that I'm looking at. That's for me the challenge we all have in front of us. And I think with the equal positive energy and commitment that we've seen in the last decade, if we go forward in the next decade together, each in our role, but working open and transparently, we will definitely manage also that challenge. And with those words, I'd like to finish my speech and say thank you once again to the organizers to allow me to come with this video message. And I wish you all a very, very good conference. And I look forward to listening and hearing about the results that you come up with. Thank you very, very much.